Well, g'day again. Okay, the Huon fine boat. We finally, I'd like to say it's finished, not quite. And yeah, we've got it painted inside and out. And I've been used to spraying automotive paints. Enamel is very, very different to spray. It's a matter of getting the right, thinning it to the right viscosity and how quick you put it on, and there's a very fine line between getting a nice gloss and a run. And of course I got a few runs in the first two coats. It's actually had it's had 4 coats, and yeah, in the last 2 coats I didn't thin it down anywhere near as much, moved a bit quicker, and yeah, we didn't get any runs in the last lot, but yeah, the runs that I got in the first lot, I sort of brushed them out, but you can still see them if you look closely, and you can actually still see the brush marks too. But mind you, they may actually smooth out a little bit as it dries. But this is only, yeah, the last coat on this is only 5 minutes old. But yeah, it's basically done. I still got it's a really annoying thing, like I've been over this and over this and over this. You know, I must have sanded the outside down 4 times completely, you know, twice after putting, like it had 2 coats of undercoat, and then it was puttied and rubbed and puttied and rubbed, and yeah, still managed to miss bits. I don't know if, actually now that I got, it's very hard to see it out in the sun here now, because yeah, there's a few more bugs just leaning in it. Yeah, there's a bit just on the side here somewhere. I can't even see it there. Yeah, maybe I won't putty it up. I said it needs a little bit more putty. There's a couple little bits. So, yeah. We'll see how it looks tomorrow when it's dry. Yeah. So here's one bit that need touch up. Don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. That was a run. So I sprayed these from the other side, and I loaded them up a bit too much. And I got this run down here, and then when I brushed it out, it pulled 2 layers of paint off, and that was in the second coat. So I pulled 2 coats of paint off where the run was. So I've now got like a gouge effect in that. So yeah, touch that little bit up. There's a little hole here, needs a bit of putty. There's a hole there that needs a bit of putty. And certainly there's one down the side, there's a big gouge mark that I missed. That also needs a bit of putty, but I can't actually see it at the moment with the sun reflecting off it. But anyway, overall, like considering how bad this boat actually was, how rough it was, like wasn't just the rough, the rot damage, you know, it had little chips and chunks and stuff out of it everywhere, and yeah, I mean some of the chips are really quite deep, and yeah, you can't just keep sanding it down. You end up with the boards too thin. You can't sand a 1/4 inch gouge out of a 1/2 inch plank. It's just, and so yeah, there was a whole lot of filling. As I said, they were just everywhere, little chips and chunks, and yeah, fine splits in the timber, and yeah, there's gouges. There's one there. I don't know if it's going to pick it up. Just there. Yeah, that's another one I missed. That's from, yeah, the previous person with their orbital sander not being careful. Yeah, like it could actually be me. I also sanded it with not a normal, a rotary sander. Took the initial paint off, but yeah, I tried very hard to keep it flat and not put gouges in it. And, but yeah, as I said, you know, underneath the previous layer of paint was a whole lot of gouges from the person who sanded it with a rotary sander before me. So yeah, there's another spot. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. That's a run that was in the second coat. I brushed it out, but you can sort of still see it. But anyway, I said we'll see how it looks tomorrow when it's dry, or maybe Sunday. Probably won't get a chance tomorrow. Be busy doing other things tomorrow. We'll see how it looks, but yeah, I have to go around it just in a few little spots I'm not happy with. So. But overall, yeah, it's pretty good. If you followed any of these videos and seen, like how much work had to go into doing this restoration, you basically got have a lot of time, and an attitude of, not minding putting in a lot of elbow grease, a lot of work, and not, be prepared to do that. And if you're doing it for someone else, there's another issue in that you're never going to be paid adequately for the amount of time you put in it, because the boat's just not worth that much. It's not, like an old restoration on an old car where you're adding tens of thousands of value to it by restoring it. That's not the case with an old boat. It's only worth so much. So, you can't expect to be paid a high rate for your effort, because it's just not viable. And I've complained a little bit in this videos, but the reality of it is, I like seeing old stuff restored. I don't mind doing it. When I get a decent result out of it, and I feel good about it, what I've done. I feel like I've achieved something, and I've saved a boat that's probably 100 years old, a bit of Tasmanian history from being going on the fire hoop. So and at the same time, I don't have any other income, so any little bit of income's a bonus. So and I'm also a person who doesn't, is not able to sit around and do nothing. I have to be occupied. That's just how I am. I have to have things to do every day. So, as I said, you might hear me complain about things and say that, but, it's, I wouldn't not do it, And if there's an offer to do another one, I'll take it on, for sure. So, like when you get to this stage, it's sort of, as I said, even though it's still not up to being as perfect as I'd like it to be, it's still satisfying to see it done, to see that you've achieved something, So, anyway, that'll be, the final video on this boat, and, hit like, please, and we'll catch you again doing something else. Variety is a good thing. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.